Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RDR Talking Numbers. This is episode, I think I done lost count. I believe once this all comes out of the wash, it'll be like 26.
Oh, yeah.
We got some in the cans. I think this will be like 26.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to this one. We've been talking about it for a while, and we got some good stuff to talk to you guys about. As always, I'm in the lab with Ryan and Ryan, and we're going to jump right into it. We came up with this. I think we were actually recording another show, or maybe we had just finished an episode, and we said we wanted to discuss some underrated players in NBA history. So we're going to throw the ball to Ryan and let him see what he does.
This player is a small forward. He's 6'7". He played 1,000 games. He gave you 18.3 points a game, 4.4 rebounds a game, 2 assists a game. He's a 3-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA. He was on the All-Rookie team, and he was the All-Star MVP. He played for 15 seasons for 16. I'm going to go points and rebounds. First year, he gave you 14 points, 5 rebounds, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 27 points, 4 rebounds, 22 points, 4 rebounds, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 9 points, 3 rebounds. And his last season, he gave you 4 points, 2 rebounds.
How many years was it?
15 seasons.
Okay.
He played in the playoffs. He played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Various years in the playoffs. 19-3, 13-7, 28-4, 23-6, 18-4, 12-4. In his last year, he played in the playoffs. 12-5.
And what kind of rebound? What kind of position?
He's a small forward.
Okay. The secondary numbers was kind of small, so that's what I figured. I figured he was a swing. Okay.
Small forward. This guy, when he got it going, and it wasn't no stopping him.
Why is he hitting your underrated category? Just because
Why is you
overlooked?
Why is you hiding his name? Just don't hide nothing. Who is it? What you hiding his name for?
Can I elaborate on this guy?
Go ahead.
Can I bubble?
Ain't nobody but
Can I bubble?
Ain't nobody but Glenn Rice.
It's Glenn Rice.
This ain't nobody but Glenn Rice. What you bubbling over Glenn Rice for?
Glenn Rice was a player.
He still owe me autograph, man.
Oh, that is your
That's
guy.
Glenn Rice, man. So go ahead, man. Talk about your
Glenn Rice is a player.
All right.
Coming out of Michigan, going to Miami. And Miami was supposed to be something, but them Chicago Bulls teams was always in their way with Steve Smith. That's them Chicago Bulls teams with Steve and Ronnie Cycli. And
Okay.
Ronnie Cycli.
I used to call him Veronica. I'm sorry, Ronnie. I did though.
Ronnie, the great the
Soft.
DJ Ronnie Cycli. And then he went to Charlotte. Did I say this before? When you go to Charlotte, your numbers just go through the roof. Every player, Mashburn, Baron Davis, Larry Johnson, Glenn Rice, Anthony Mason.
BD started there though, didn't he?
Eddie
Jones. It's like when you go to the Charlotte Hornets, your numbers.
Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of them situations. It's probably free flowing. It's nice weather.
There.
You know what I mean?
Listen to me.
Have fun, baby.
Good humidity, huh?
humidity.
There.
Joints, boy.
Yeah.
And Golden State. Your numbers go through the roof in Golden State.
And you possibly might win.
Glenn
You
Rice.
ain't winning in Charlotte. You ain't winning in Charlotte. Ain't nothing happening in Charlotte.
They still
Nice weather.
They still holding their breath.
Yeah, they ain't winning nothing.
Still holding their
Never
breath.
happened before. But very
He's overlooked a lot, I think.
I don't remember that year He played with the Lakers prior to the championship.
Because they didn't win nothing.
So he played there in 99 and 2000?
He had better numbers in 99 than in 2000.
They ain't win nothing.
How far did the Lakers go? Did they lose to the Spurs in the playoffs?
I don't think they got that far.
I don't remember.
I don't think they got that far.
I
That team was dysfunctional with, what was that, Dale Hill? No, this is Kurt Rambis. And they all... No.
I remember the Eastern
Rambis.
Conference playoffs that year. A lot was going on, obviously, with the Knicks from the 8, Knicks knocking off the 8 seed, and they just rolling. I don't remember the West at all.
That was the 50-game season, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 50 games.
I want to see how the Lakers did that year. Because that would have
Lakers in the first round beat Houston.
Okay. Which
They lost to San Antonio in the second
They
round.
did lose to San Antonio. Okay. So who did they beat in the Western Conference Final?
Utah.
They lost in 4 games to San Antonio. I mean, they got swept.
Was that the year that Kobe was throwing up the air ball?
No, that was against Utah.
Oh, that was Utah. That's right. So who did they beat? Utah in the conference finals?
Hey, they got their lips busted.
No, San Antonio beat Portland in the conference finals in 99.
Oh, and then so they was Western Conference Finals.
They swept them.
Wow.
That's why that previous show. What I say the East had battles to get in that 99. I say the Spurs walked through it. I told y'all that. Walk in the park, Mike, with Detroit them. They hadn't been through nothing. And then they get to the finals and they play in the AFC. They like, how'd you get here? Who let y'all in? Oh, we're going to dominate y'all because we're so much bigger than y'all.
Ron Harper would have killed Avery Bradley.
I'm trying to tell you.
Avery,
Avery
Johnson.
Look at what Latrell Sprewell was doing to their guards. They couldn't do nothing with Latrell Sprewell. Latrell Sprewell was earning money off them. But when it came down low and you got David and Timmy,
Tough,
Marcus Camby couldn't do Timmy like
Kurt Thomas and
he couldn't do Timmy like
The
he did
great
at
Kurt Thomas.
college.
Journeyman extraordinaire.
I got a
Hell of a scorer in college though. Good night.
I got a guy with a underrated NBA career.
Okay.
I ain't gonna build up to suspense. I might. Let me build up to suspense. I see him looking. Let me pick the book up. So, 14 years in NBA career. He's still playing right now. 939 games played. His career numbers are 17 points a game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 46% from the field, 35 from 3, 80% from free throw. I'm not gonna do his whole career. I'm gonna do a 10-year stretch from his second year in the league, 10 years. He gave you 20 and 6, 19 and 6, 20 and 6, 20 and 6, 19 and 6, 18 and 6, 20 and 6, 21 and 6, 17 and 7, 19 and 6.
What position he plays?
Small forward.
Small forward.
Small forward.
Small
Look
forward.
how your eyes got, because them numbers sound great. He don't get the credit he deserves, man.
Small forward.
He's still playing right now. He has never averaged under double digits in his NBA career in 14 years. The great Rudy Gay. Underrated NBA career.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Y'all can do whatever y'all want.
I'm gonna get you 17, 18, 19. Don't,
Hey.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Rudy Gay, a 10-year stretch where he gave you between 17
Did you write down his body of work? Or I'm gonna look up the body of work.
Go ahead. Oh, his body of work is nothing. It's an all rookie team.
Yeah,
That's
because he
it.
don't have no accomplishments.
He don't have none.
No
All-stars,
not even
nothing.
all-stars.
I
don't
think now that's what I see. You can't call a guy underrated when he got some all-stars, in my opinion. When he got an all-star MVP, when he got this.
Can.
He ain't got
I mean, like Glenn Rice. Glenn Rice had some of that stuff. He was an all-star MVP.
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I don't feel you can call him underrated, because I feel he got.
underrated.
I feel he got.
He's never mentioned.
So you say he got all his. He got all his
Ever.
accolades?
Where should he be mentioned at, Ryan? You brought him up. Where should he be mentioned at?
I hear Mashburn mentioned more than Glenn Rice.
By you.
No, period.
Mashburn might have better numbers.
Listen. Rudy Gay.
Is that not accurate?
Rudy Gay is a more skilled basketball player than Jamal Mashburn.
I'm not taking
And
Rudy
Glenn
Gay.
Rice.
I'm not taking Rudy Gay over
you-
Jamal Mashburn.
You keep talking about
You high as a
you
kite.
keep talking about where you're taking somebody. A couple shows ago, you said you would take Sean Kemp over Karl Malone, and you're out
I
of your
love
mind.
Sean Kemp. But that's
That's a
personal.
personal issue
That's
with
personal.
you and the Rain Man. I'm telling you, skill set, line for line.
Of course you're not
stand
going
in
to take.
front of me.
Yeah.
Rudy Gay is a better basketball player. Period. He can do way
I'm
more.
not taking Rudy
handle
Gay.
the
No,
handle the
no,
ball
that's-
more.
I disagree.
Drive more.
I disagree.
Better J work. All y'all
I
want.
disagree.
Freeze for a second.
I disagree.
Mashburn didn't have better numbers than Rice.
That's what he said.
I disagree with the Rudy Gay though.
Why? Because you're not a fan.
19, 24, 23, 12, 11, 13, 15, 15, 18, 20, 22, 22, 21.
I didn't say it.
Those numbers sound better than Rudy Gay.
What's his career numbers? No, they don't. All them
19.
15, all them 15s
He's
and
19
11s.
for
How
the
many
career.
years he played? How many games he played? 11 years.
611 games.
How many games? How many years? 11?
1, 2,
It's off
3,
the top.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Welcome to my world.
And he
That was off the top of my head. I'm tired of the garbage.
he
The
had
garbage my dude.
95, 96. He was 18 games. He had 24 games in 98, 99.
Rudy Gay.
He's pretty durable for the most part.
Give me. Since he said they're better, give me his 10 year. Give me any 10 years you want to go. He only played 12, so you can take this. I'll help you out. Take his first year out and his last year out. Give me them numbers between that.
For Mash?
Mashburn. Take no first year, no last year.
Well, those are two of his better years.
Okay, I want 10 in a row. So
Oh,
okay,
that's-
don't take his last two. Take his last two out.
No, I can't do that.
Yeah, I need 10 in a row. So you only got two things to do. You can go 1 through 10,
No, we can't do that.
or you can go 2.
That ain't how this works.
Yeah, cause he got too many 11s and 15s in there.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah,
Okay, he got a 10-year stretch where it's 20, 19, 20, 20, 19, 18, 20, 21, 17, 19. I don't want to hear that garbage. I don't hear what you're talking about. This guy can play ball, and because a guy gets gypped on awards after awards because he ain't winning a popularity contest, because the kids ain't wearing his shoes. I'm telling you that when guys like LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony had to go against Rudy Gay, bring your lunch. You're about to play.
Now, did you do what you normally do? Which is, I normally get head-to-head stuff. Did you do that?
We can do that.
Did you? You didn't do it?
I didn't do it for this.
Okay.
We can't do that with no problem.
I'm talking visual, man. Give me
Forgive me, I
Mashburn
gotta
over Rudy Gay.
Get with my assistant here. Thank you.
You said what? What'd you say?
Give me Mashburn over Rudy Gay.
And I'm not taking nothing away from that.
Okay, but 10 guys with credibility and they'll say the same thing.
What is the credibility? Credibility is an opinion. You do know that. You look at a person, it's a guy that we both know. Some people put his credibility high. We put his credibility low. So I'm not about to talk to you about what he got to say, so credibility is an opinion. I'm talking about skill set.
What can Rudy Gay do better than Jamal Mashburn? Period.
What can Jamal Mashburn do better?
Everything.
What do you mean? He don't handle the ball better?
Yes, he does.
No, he don't. You don't watch
He's
Rudy
from New
Gay.
York City.
So is Mark Jackson. So is Mark Jackson.
Yeah, he handles the ball.
I've never seen Mark Jackson get
With
ripped.
his back to you.
Hey,
It's not
Nothing
ball
wrong
handling.
with- That's nothing
That's
wrong with
not
that.
ball handling,
There's
man.
nothing wrong with
That's
that.
not ball handling. Ball handling is you in front of me, and I ain't got to show you my back.
So if I'm playing defense on you, you're not going to use your body as a
I don't
shield.
have to. I do not have to do that. You got to do that. That's not ball handling. That's why they got rid of that garbage, because you can't do it. Mark Jackson, man, don't stop. Because Jamal, where Rudy Gay from?
I don't know.
You don't even know.
I don't.
Rudy Gay bigger? 6'9".
Pause.
6'9". I'm talking about height. Get your mind out the gutter.
I guess I can't check the child.
You ain't gotta check the child on that.
On
I was
child
talking about
on
height.
this guy.
Well, I don't know what Brian was talking about.
Well,
Oh my God, Maryland! Maryland balls too. Stop.
What part of Maryland?
That matters?
Yes.
Well, okay.
Only Baltimore.
Only Baltimore counts. Wow. Oh, thank you. Baltimore.
Only Baltimore.
Baltimore. Where Mashburn from?
He might have went to Dunbar.
New York.
Where in New York?
New York City.
Where?
New York City, not New York State. New York City.
Rudy Gay might have went to Dunbar.
Man, I know one thing. I don't know what high school he went to.
He might have went to Dunbar.
No, he went to
Oh, that's probably a private school.
yeah, his family got a couple dollars. They sent their son.
No, he got a scholarship.
So what?
He's 6'8".
Ball.
He went to, where did he go to college?
UConn.
UConn.
Yeah, Husky. Get it right. He was balling.
He's a Husky.
He was balling too.
He's in no
Man,
category.
Jamal Mashburn will get 8,
in
man.
Kentucky.
Don't nobody care what he did in the 80s, in the early 90s in Mashburn. Get out of here.
Staying with the theme, Glenn Rice.
Is
Rudy
Glenn
Gay.
Rice, in my opinion,
Glenn Rice is a catch and shoot guy.
Glenn Rice, in my opinion, is not overrated or underrated.
I came with a couple guys.
Go ahead.
And we got a lot of time to talk, so
Oh, yeah.
I'm
We
gonna throw a small forward at you. Another guy. He's kind of hybrid, small forward, power forward. Mine was Antoine Jameson.
Okay.
He doesn't get a lot of love, in my opinion.
He had a stretch too.
Yes, 2-time All-Star. He was all-rookie team. He was also the
Golden
sixth
State.
man of the year.
For Dallas.
His career numbers. He played almost 1,100 games, 1083. 18 and a half for the career. 7.5 bounds for the career. And 1.6 assists. Not really much to talk about.
No, don't pass the ball. We give it to you to score.
That's his job. Put it in the bucket. He came in as a rookie, which that was an interesting, coming out of North Carolina, he was the man down there. They drafted him with the 4th pick. They draft Vince with the 5th pick, and then swap him.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting Vince to.
What?
I don't know if I was expecting Vince to eclipse him in the manner that he has.
Why not?
Jameson was the better player in college.
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
an animal in
yeah,
college,
he was a
dude.
monster.
Listen,
That was the system, man.
But again, that's what I was getting at.
It was the system. He was the bigger guy, and you're talking about early, mid-90s. It's still that power forward, big guy thing. Then you got Vince,
was
the
an animal.
perimeter,
He was
where
an
you
animal,
get to
dude.
go to the league and create for yourself. Antoine Jameson can't create nothing.
Very similar to Mike.
Very
similar. From that perspective.
In North Carolina, too. That's what they did.
That's what I'm saying. Very similar.
Wasn't Dean Smith the coach?
He coached him. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting at.
Put the clamps on him like he
very
did Mike.
Similar.
Come on,
Stackhouse kind of the same way. It was kind of Rasheed's team. Stackhouse had some highlights, but he wasn't balling.
Antoine Jameson was in.
He ain't better than Vince Carter, man.
Antoine came in averaging 10 first year.
Golden State.
Then he hit you with 20.
Off top.
Yeah.
As soon as they found out he can go.
20.
Do me a favor. Go back to that rookie year and go to the team. Go to the Golden State. See who was getting time in front of him. This is funny.
He only played 47 games. I don't know if that was injury.
All right, look on that
No,
roster.
that was the 50-game season.
Oh, sure was. Oh, so that was a solid season. And the next year, 43 games.
Look on the roster. Who's on that roster playing in front
Pull
of
that
him?
up.
Hold up.
I'm going to keep rolling with his number while Ryan going to pull it up. 20, 25, 20, 22, 15, 20, 21, 20, 21,
Impressive.
22, 19, 21, 15,
Then he went to the Cavs.
18, 17, 10, and then 4. Because he averaged 18 and 17 in Cleveland. Good numbers.
What was that record for that team? Press Cleveland and see the record. Just look at the record. Was that one of them high-end years?
09-10. 09-10 was. Then he was here when LeBron was gone, too. And that's when his numbers were higher. He was 15 while Brown was here.
Which guard numbers went up, too? The little guard. The guard that...
Mo
Williams. His numbers went up.
So I'm looking at
Golden State
when he only started
99.
24 games.
Yep.
Who was on that roster? Per game. Go down and see per game because that's whoever was scoring.
Muggsy Bogues, Jason Caffey, Bimbo Coles, Terry Cummings.
Jason Caffey and Terry Cummings.
Eric Dampier, Tony Delk, Dwayne Farrell.
Nothing's jumping off the page.
Donald Foyle.
Keep going. There's got to be a player on there
Antoine
somewhere.
Jameson, Danielle Marshall.
Danielle
There
Marshall.
you go.
Danielle.
Chris Mills.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle
Felton
Marshall was
Spencer,
the guy.
and John Starks.
Danielle Marshall was the
Who
guy on
led
that
that team in scoring? Probably Marshall.
Danielle
wasn't it?
Marshall, yeah.
Good player.
Because I remember
Good player.
Joe Smith played with him. He led the team. He was high.
Who y'all said led him in scoring?
Danielle
Marshall.
Who?
Danielle Marshall averaged 10 points. I'll give y'all another guess. Y'all must be crazy.
I'm at a loss for words because that roster was horrible.
Yeah, that was bad.
I ain't
Who led him? A Foyle? Who was it?
Somebody led him with 15 a game, man. And he played all 50 games, started all 50 games.
Who was it? Dampier?
Nah, hell no.
Man, John Starks, man. Y'all would have
Starks.
Really?
Man, what's wrong with y'all, man?
Wow.
John Starks got traded for Latrell Sprewell, man. What you think he was going to do when he got there?
Okay.
They couldn't have won no more than 20 games.
Who cares? He led the league. He led their team in scoring 15. Y'all, Danielle Marshall. Get him out of here.
Wow.
Danielle
was
Marshall.
second.
Hold on. Danielle Marshall.
He was second.
Danielle Marshall wasn't even no starter. Danielle Marshall only started 20 games. Man, what y'all talking about? Eric Dampier, baby.
Okay. Yeah, Dampier was all right.
And Bimbo and Bimbo Coles. What y'all talking
Man,
about?
get him out of here.
Bimbo
I didn't
started-
hear you say him.
Bimbo started 32
Get him
out
out
of
of
48
here.
games.
Get that bum out of here.
Trifling.
Get that
Tony
bum
Delp,
out of here.
13 starts.
He was really good in Kentucky.
Hey,
he didn't do nothing
hey,
in the league.
John Starks was 33 years old. Gave him 15.
I thought he was going to catch on in Utah. He went to Utah. He was
That's a
drafted by Utah
horrible.
for
That's a horrible. Horrible. You can't catch on in Utah. You gotta go out.
That's what they should have kept. This team should have kept Vince. They had a whole bunch of big cats. I don't know why they made this trade. That was that was dumb as hell. Look, man, we just read off about 5 guys all over 6'10".
Got with the same
Should've got
Jameson
Vince.
games. I played the 3 to 4 or the 4
Should
to
have got
5.
Vince. Jameson did not help them.
No.
Vince Vince for this team would average about 40.
What you call it? when did what you call get drafted? Arenas, because Arenas played with Golden State.
He's a couple years after that.
Oh, okay.
He's a couple years coming out of Arizona.
Golden State had some quality players come through
Because
the
they were
doors,
not
man.
good. They had a lot of high picks.
Billy Owens.
But what they did,
Billy Owens was not-
Golden State was a little
Sir.
different than the Clippers. Clippers were blowing a lot of draft picks.
Billy Owens didn't work on that jump.
Golden State was picking good players,
He better than what's name?
but they were
Better
going
than
other
Draymond
places
Green.
and blossoming. That was Golden State's problem. Their high picks was out of there. And then
Billy
they-
Owens is better than Draymond Green. Period.
Probably.
Not even nothing to talk about. Billy Owens will give him 40 right now. Right now.
You're stupid.
Let me look up Billy Owens' numbers.
You do that.
For-
I got another guy I wanted to talk about
Billy
on
Owens.
the underrated side. Jameson was a guy that I liked. Good guy. This guy,
Billy Owens gave you 12 for his career.
his numbers aren't staggering, but he was a player that at least for me, when I watched him play, I was super excited to see him out on the floor. This is
underrated.
another underrated guy. And it's not the numbers so much, but his game. This is Uncle Drew's uncle, Rod Strickland.
Rod Strickland. Godfather.
Godfather.
Yeah.
Rod Strickland used to eat corn dogs and drink 40s at the half
At the half,
and
yeah.
still give you buckets. 13 for the career, 7 assists, played 1,100 games. He was assist champ in 97, 98. He was an all-star that year as well. He was also on the all-rookie team. Man, Rod Strickland, and you can see his impact on Kyrie's game.
You can see his impact on a lot of basketball players.
Man, Rod Strickland was.
Because Rod
you didn't
Strickland,
want to be in front of him.
Rod Strickland was one of them point guards that ain't had no J work, but he was still going to get 17 points.
He had a beautiful mid-range.
Because he get around that basket.
And he had a
He
stretch.
could hit the mid-range. He could hit the mid.
It was
17, 19, 19, 17, 18. He had that's a nice little stretch there. Tough to guard. You didn't want no problem with him. He kind of looked like a journeyman a little bit. He played on a lot of teams.
Yeah.
What you got played on the line?
But he was
Who was that?
Jim Jackson.
Yeah. Oh, he played on
They
most
they
teams.
call him a journeyman.
He's an official journeyman.
He was a hired gun. Whoever you signed it. You signed it. You got some money? Come on.
He came to play.
He had no money.
I remember he had the black and
See the
powder.
girls in the city.
Yeah, he
I'm coming.
He had the black and the powder booth for a couple seasons.
Yeah, he did. Jimmy coming to play. He don't
He
care.
played for about 17 teams, didn't he?
He
He played for more teams than the teams he didn't play for.
Yeah, man. He should have tried to just get his niche somewhere, though, man, and stop doing all that, man.
Go with him, follow the money.
We were talking about Mashburn earlier. That Dallas situation was supposed to turn into That was supposed to be like the original Big Three.
Now that's envy and jealousy.
That was supposed to be the original Big Three.
Envy and jealousy.
We don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, they Jason Kidd. No, what you call it? I seen the interview with Jim Jackson.
All of them said it was a lie, though, man. All of them said they wasn't.
It wasn't over the broad.
They wasn't chasing Tony.
No, it wasn't over the woman.
It wasn't over the broad.
It wasn't a woman.
It was money.
Well, it is. I mean, I
It
guess
was money.
they want to get paid, but hey, all of them was deserving, though, right?
Uh-huh.
You can't say one was more deserving than any other one, right?
It all came down to money.
J. Kidd, rookie of the year, man.
They're supposed to be the original Big Three drafted here. Let's go.
Yeah, they had a nice. They could have been reminiscent of a run TMC. They had the skill set to be that. Same positions.
Mm-hmm.
They had the potential to be what they were, but the run TMC had fun. You know what I mean? And they was and the thing about that Golden State team versus Dallas is the Golden State boys was playoff guys. They was going to the playoffs.
Yeah, Dallas wasn't winning.
Dallas wasn't winning nothing. They had
And
four
you
guys
make a
averaging
good
20,
point.
couldn't win nothing.
Guys was concerned. Guys was winning, and they weren't so much. I'm gonna go out and play. Timmy, you gonna get your 20. Mitch getting 20. Chris getting 20. Ain't no big deal. We run TMC. We come as a combo. Them guys in Dallas was worried about being number one on the marquee. Do you want to win?
Yeah.
I didn't understand Don Nelson with Chris Gatling and what's the dark skinned bald head brother we had?
Tyrone
with the
Hill.
I didn't understand him at the big man.
Tyrone Hill for the Golden State Warriors was a 10 rebound guy, man.
I think he might have 10 here.
They got overpowered down low so bad.
He was kind of small.
They had to rely on the perimeter.
Yeah, but where you gonna spend the money at?
And not only did they get over, they no scoring down there.
The original
Hill,
small
you're not
ball.
running no plays for him.
Yeah, but what they gonna do? What they gonna do when if you would have spent elsewhere? You don't have.
You need it back then. You needed a center, just
you
a
gotta have a 5 or a 4.
You're not going to do nothing with Chris Gatling at 6'9", 6'8".
He played here too, didn't he?
They wanted to change all that, man. They was trying to change the way you play.
He was early.
Before, because if you would have took that same 5,
he was early,
and put them in era right now,
they're competitive.
They'd be dogging cats.
They're competitive.
You would not be able to contend with a point guard that's getting you 10 dimes and 20 points. A 2 guard that's getting you 20 points a game all over the court, very physical, 6'5", and a small forward at 6'7", giving you 25 a night. You getting smoked. And then we got a center and a power forward that's going to get 10 rebounds a piece.
And we don't care nothing about getting no touches.
They don't care about no touches.
Throw me a lob or something.
Man, they just was before their time, dog. That's all it was. But at the end of the day, if you would have spent on a center or a power,
they needed a big man presence.
Because Nelly tried it.
Then your boy ain't. Then either Timmy ain't there, or
back then especially in the West, you needed a big man.
Because Nelly tried it again, even in the late '80s with that We Believe situation. He was constantly pushing that small ball. And his mind was just ahead of his time. It wasn't.
Hit.
And I'm about
to put 5. But if Run TMC would have had Beedrins back then, they would have been in a better situation.
Yeah, if they would have got lucky enough.
Beedrins, that's all they needed was a Beedrins, a 6'10", 6'11" guy, just to man the paint. You can't do nothing with Chris Gatling, and Chris Gatling was a...
Because he was short and
fast. Yeah, he had heart.
Come on, man, don't do that, man.
He wasn't athletic.
Exactly.
Victor Alexander, you're not doing nothing with them guys, man.
No blocks.
What else about Chris Gatling?
Chris Gatling was an all-star.
No, what else about him? Short and fat, not athletic, couldn't do nothing, right? Sean Kemp got a highlight on him. Thank you.
Ryan. Somebody pull up
the tape. Another sucker
and
he supposed to ride.
And he got dapped. And he
dapped him up after he got yanked off.
Somebody get the towel.
Chris Gatling got dunked on and dapped him up, man. Hold up, man. Let's look at Chris Gatling.
Chris Gatling got an all-star.
Y'all hating on him. I thought Chris Gatling was about 6'11", man.
No, Chris Gatling is about 6'8", 6'9" at the most.
Oh, no, man, please. Don't, this is even worse.
He might have been 6'10" with the air flight lights on.
Hey,
with the air flight lights.
This is
the
even
big foam down there.
Man. This is even worse. He got his... That might be Sean Kemp's career highlight dunk.
No, on Lister Blister with the cuff.
No.
Ounce of Lister 7'1".
All that, I like the dap. When you dunk on somebody ain't get the and one... And he dap you?
He dunked on Alton Lister
What's his name
7-1.
did that
That's
too?
the better one.
D. Miles crunched on Jermaine O'Neal. And he dapped him. And you know who was coaching them, the Pacers? Isaiah.
Oh,
what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Get that nigga on fire. He was pissed.
Hold up, man. Damn. I keep typing in Chris Gatlin. They keep giving me Chris Gardner. Who is that?
You don't need him. He's a bum, too. Get him out of here.
I don't think Chris Gatlin was a bum.
Ain't he the guy from
I wouldn't say Chris Gatlin
Pursuit
was
of
a bum.
Happiness?
Hey, I know you would. I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. Yeah, he was a hell of a defender, wasn't he?
He got an agenda over here.
I wouldn't say Chris Gatlin was a bum.
He's an agenda. Journeyman. Yeah, Chris Gardner's from
6'10", man. I knew he was a big boy.
He wasn't no big
His
boy.
nickname was the Energizer.
He wasn't no big boy.
Energizer, because
he kept batteries in his pocket.
a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He wasn't no bum. I said he wasn't no bum. I told you.
Okay, he got 3 years in the league. First coming to the league, 6 points, 9 points, 9 points. Them ain't really nothing. Then 11-6.
Where is this at? Golden State still?
Golden State was one of the. Then he moved. Then he went to Chris Gatlin is Chris Gatlin an All-Star 1 year.
I told you.
He go to Dallas.
He played in Cleveland for a second.
19
He
and
had a
8.
cup of coffee here.
Then that's his only good season, 19-8. No, then he had a that's his only good season. No, he had a couple double digits, but that's the only thing he did that was good. He played in Cleveland one season.
Yeah, he had a cup of coffee here.
He was a Golden State Warrior when he got dunked on.
Mm-hmm.
And in Golden State,
Under 10 points.
all but the last year when he gave you 14, that was 94-95.
And I think Spreewell was there by
He
then.
gave you 14
94?
and 8.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, man. Well, it's kind of crazy that a guy like this who never really averaged double. Well, no, he a 10-point a game
For the
guy for his
career.
career.
Yeah,
He a
he's 10
10-point
for the
a game
career.
for his
I
career.
told you.
He knows
Chris Gatlin played hard. He just never touched
That's
the
why he
ball.
was
He
the
didn't get no
That's why he
shots.
was the Energizer.
He
Man.
never-
Just used to run around and get
That's
dunked on.
Because them
Terrible nickname.
Because
There wasn't no energy in that game.
they were so perimeter oriented, man. Spreewell, Hardaway, Mullen, they just put the ball up, man. Them big men never got touches. They never got touches. They never got-
Tyrone Hill.
Tyrone Hill.
For his career is 9 points, 8 rebounds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tyrone Hill in 3 years in Golden State, he gave you.
The pride of Cincinnati. He's out of Xavier.
Yep. He gave for his 3 years in Golden State, he gave you 7 points and 8 rebounds.
Okay.
His 6 years in Cleveland, he gave you 11 and 9.
I say he was up close to double digits here.
That's solid. That's not.
He got touches in Cleveland.
Yeah, he did.
And then he went to Philly.
But when you in Golden State, we got the 3 guys. That's the bulk. We got some. Go get the board, man, and send it back out. What y'all doing?
Ain't that how Golden State is now?
Pretty similar.
The big men don't get no touches.
Nelly
Bogut
was-
didn't get no touches.
Nelly was
JaVale
ahead of
McGee
his
didn't get no
time.
touches.
David Lee got touches.
Catch a lob a little bit.
David Lee.
Got touches.
But David Lee's bread and butter wasn't at Golden State. It was at for the Knicks.
Yeah, that was his bread and butter.
He had a nice year in 15, though.
He was an all-star. He was an all-star in Golden
For
State.
Golden State.
Yes. Go look it up. I know. It was the year that Steph got robbed from being an all-star. Go look it up. David Lee played ball where he
What was
went.
that, like 14?
It was the year before Steph became MVP. So 14.
Okay.
Yeah, he's an all-star.
Because he had a good...
David Lee, man.
His 15 was a solid year.
David Lee can play.
His
Man.
15 was a good
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
David Lee had a nice little stretch in
But I want to see the touches in Golden State. He was 6'9".
big boy.
And he was an offensive rebounding guy, too. So a
So
lot,
he
of
played-
them shots might not be...
2010, 2011 to 2014, 2015, he got 13 attempts, 16 attempts, 15 attempts, 14 attempts.
You can move on.
And then the year they won it,
It's a lot of attempts, dog.
he only got 6 attempts.
Because he was hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt that year.
And that's when Homeboy became
That's
the
when,
starter.
That's when Dre
That's
kind
when
of stepped
Draymond
in.
Green became the starter of him at the power forward.
49 games, 18 minutes a
And then
game.
he didn't come back in 16.
Nope. He went to the Spurs.
They moved away from him, yeah.
Yeah.
He played for 2 teams in 16.
Most times you do when you get traded, right? You ain't
No.
saying that's provocative.
He started with Boston,
Yeah, no, but did he play?
30
Oh.
games.
Oh, yeah, he did because Blake dunked on him.
And then ended it with Dallas with 25 games.
Was they good at 16?
Who?
Boston.
Boston in 2016 were
Celtics
48 and
only
34.
Because that was
My
IT, right?
My Celtics only missed the playoffs one time in the last 12 years.
That was IT.
Throw that out there. I don't know what you're trying to talk
They
about.
lost in that.
IT was that Bradley and
Yes.
yes. Bradley and what's the boy?
Yeah.
The boy that's there now. Smart.
Yeah, Smart. Yeah.
Okay.
That was Smart.
Lost in the NBA first round 2-4 to the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay. Which when Atlanta led the league that year.
That's when IT and Schroeder was supposed to meet each other in the back and fight. They was arguing with each other. So IT said, "Meet me in the back."
Nobody's watching that.
Yeah, I would. I would watch that.
I'm not watching.
Because that's going to be hilarious.
I'm not watching.
Because out of them, somebody's going to get knocked out.
Yeah, because it's going to be. There's no type of technique.
Somebody's going to get knocked out.
Like,
And the sad part about it is Schroeder, it can't be you. You about 6'2".
You got killed by a kid.
You can't let that little
And
man
a
beat you.
foreigner.
You can yes. So yeah. So I'm rooting for IT. Because he's from
the Boston guy.
Because he's from here. He from Germany. That's a black dude from Germany.
Where he from?
Can't root for him. I don't know what he on. I don't know what he on.
Let's check your paper. What you got over there? You got something for overrated?
I got something for overrated, man.
I want to hear that.
Man, I ain't even gonna sugarcoat the name, and I ain't wrote down a lot. It's Draymond Green.
Oh, come on, man. Don't do that.
It's Draymond Green, man. Listen,
Dave,
man.
you should have heard this dude 3 years ago talking about.
We ain't
Draymond
talking about
Green.
3 years ago. If you want, I'm already
Coming
recanted everything.
full circle.
Listen.
He was bubbling.
Since he bring it up, I got 3 years ago numbers on here.
Let's hear it.
His last 6 years in NBA. Okay, we'll talk about the 2 years right now later. We'll talk about his last 4 years. 12 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. 14 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, led the league in steals. 10, 8, and 7. 11, 8, and 7. These are all on finals appearances teams. These are all on either he won or they was runner-up. His last 2 years in the league, last year he gave you 7, 7, and 7.
What is it, a slot machine?
A slot machine. This year he gave you 8, 6, 6. His field goal percentage is 39%.
That's ridiculous.
3-point percentage is 28. He's horrible. This guy has took a complete step back when they needed him to step up, man.
Can he win you back over?
No. I've thrown dirt on this guy.
17 and 8.
I've thrown dirt on this guy. If he give you 17 and 8, it's gonna be in a losing effort for somebody. I don't see 17 and 8 from Draymond Green helping a playoff team. I don't see it.
They won the playoff team this year. He gave you
slot machine.
And all we needed was 15 from him. If he would have showed up with 15 and nurtured his players and helped them and been there, been the heart and soul, I would have still been able to stand back and say, Ryan, I told you. I can't do it.
And I would have had to eat that.
And at the end of the day, I tell you this all the time, you was right about Draymond Green. He was a guy that was lucky to play with great guys, man.
It's the perfect scenario.
Perfect scenario for this guy, man.
So here's my question for you as it relates to him. Do you feel like, and I think I know the answer to this, but I guess I just want to hear you say it and put it on camera because I'm going to turn it into a soundbite. If it doesn't come to pass.
Okay.
We've all kind of gone on record to say that Golden State has a chance to bounce back. They won't be a drag of the league moving forward based off of what they have. Injuries,
yes.
High pick,
yes.
potential for the offense to make moves.
Yeah.
Can he be a key contributor again for them?
Yes, because I think he will be masked and he'll fall back in line with the. Yes, but I've already seen who he was.
Okay.
Check this out.
I'm gonna know it's a fitment.
If this season doesn't end,
smoke and mirrors.
This can be the forgotten season that everybody forgets about as far as Golden State. Because if you forget about the great Laker team, you're gonna forget about the bad.
This is
Golden
horrible.
State team.
This is horrible. Listen. If this season,
this affects. I'm just going to come out and say this affects LeBron maybe more than anybody else.
It affects LeBron
from
more
a legacy,
than anybody else.
All of that
because this is a year taken away.
Anthony
He's
Davis
a year
as well.
older. Not really so much. First of all, Anthony Davis has put his house up for sale.
House where?
In L.A.
Okay.
You know, I don't know what that means. I don't know, and I'm not speculating. But what if? What if he say, you know what, LeBron, it didn't work out. Promises was kept. They didn't happen. I gotta go, man. These cats is offering me other money. I gotta go.
You Golden State.
No, I'll go to the Clippers.
Wow. Here's the thing about that.
You heard it here first.
Wow.
RDR, I'm telling you, the Clippers. Because they're going to lose.
For real.
For real.
I don't know if they got the money to pull that off. You already paying PG, you paying Kawhi. Can they do that?
You can finesse money.
That's all they're paying.
You can finesse money because you're not paying Lou Williams.
They can pay another guy that amount of money and start. You got to go. You got to go. Sorry, you're not going to work. You out of here.
They got a bunch of guys. You got to remember, on that roster, them guys ain't making no money.
And you can pretty much hang it up if that happens.
Well,
now you've got to the point where you've got arguably 3 of the top 7.
you can argue 3 of the top 7. That's a good argument. Yes.
Woo!
That's a good argument.
That's dangerous.
That's a good argument. And then...
And I think it's absurd, but, you know, arguably the best player in the game. I don't buy into that particular logic. That's just me.
But I just think that, but, you know, that's just throwing out there jokey. If it happened to happen, cool. But
there's no way he can go to Golden State.
it is a way he could go to Golden State, but I want somebody else in Golden State.
Because that's too obvious.
But
Yeah, you'll lose Draymond and probably Pascal.
for the freak, yes. For the freak, yes. Yes.
And you still got Wiggins.
You still got Wiggins, and you can trade him. I mean, I just would like to see it just to see it. But, like Dave said, and you agree with it as well, so do I. This right here, the player that this bothers the most
It's LeBron.
is LeBron James.
I mean, we're talking about a guy
A year older.
You're already 36.
Everybody's
37.
getting healed up. Everybody going to be healed by next year.
Everybody healthy already.
Everybody healthy.
You're already...
I think, no, and I say healthy. Like, I think John
everybody.
Wall wanted to play. John Wall was like, well, shit. But his owner was like, no. Just sit down. Play for what? We ain't doing nothing. Man, I think everybody, and that's the thing, I would love, and this is going to sound the thing, and I know us as basketball fans, we want to see it, but then we like, so what? End it. That means everybody starts the season healthy. We really see an even playing field. Let's go.
But what happens...
And thirsty.
What
And
happens...
Thirsty!
The next year going to be the greatest NBA season ever.
It's going to be thirsty out there.
And when you say... And the potential of Anthony Davis not returning to the Lakers, you're talking about them being middle of the pack at best.
No, not even middle of the pack.
As currently, because I'm being
not even middle of the pack.
I'm
Dallas is
very
better.
liberal.
Listen to me.
All these teams are better.
I'm
You're being
being
generous.
very, yes, very.
If AD
Very.
leaves the Lakers, no playoff. LeBron James has a mysterious groin injury on the other side. It's over. LeBron James would probably be like,
He'd probably walk away.
I'm done.
They don't win 40
This
games.
ain't for me no
They
more.
can't win 40 games
Man,
with
listen to what I'm
that
telling you.
roster.
The forgotten season.
As currently constructed,
They
no, they can't win 40
That's
games.
why they got to keep the season going. They got to.
And that's what he.
Or
is
AD's
pushing
he's got to stay there.
Yeah.
They got to convince him that the LA lights
I
are
think.
brighter.
Listen to me. No. Listen to what I'm saying.
Hey,
Yeah.
I think this Lakers season is lightning in a bottle.
Because you think even if he do stay next year, it's gonna look a little
Yeah,
different.
it's gonna be different. It's gonna be totally different.
well, here's my thought.
It's gonna be totally different.
I felt like going into this, and obviously nobody could predict all this is going on with Corona, COVID-19, whatever. I felt like AD goes there. If they by chance win it, it's a guarantee he's out of there.
Oh, you think he'll be a real? You think he'll come get it and go?
Mercenary.
That's the exact mercenary. I'm out of major blood.
Just like
I'm
Kawhi
outta
Leonard.
here.
Just like Kawhi Leonard.
Eye patch on, baby. I'm going to bring one,
And I'm out.
get one with the king.
And I'm out.
I can go get my money now. And what have I accomplished?
Everything.
Number one, I'm a champion.
Everything. I've
And
accomplished
now I
everything.
can go cash in.
I can go cash
The only thing that would, and again, we talk about other parts of the game, the marketing and all of that other stuff. So what he misses out on because the way they got this stuff, you got to be with your team so long because to cash in with the Supermax.
Yeah.
Well, on the flip side, he can get that if he wins a title. The endorsements and all of that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
that'll roll.
that'll
It'll
roll.
offset the Supermax. 'Cause I don't have to stay here in LA and be unhappy potentially, or be on a team where LeBron's 1 or 2 years away from going. I'm signing a 9 year because Supermax is a long deal.
Yeah,
Do I
at
want
least
to play?
5 years,
Do I want
right.
to play here with these guys?
Right.
Maybe not.
Who's gonna come to play with LeBron if he leaves?
Oh, them days over with.
They have to. What AD didn't come to play with him for real. They finagled the deal. They have to finesse.
Well, that's his guy.
They have to
But them
finesse
days,
something.
them days over with.
They have to finesse something.
Them days over with. I don't see no. We talking about superstar guys.
We talking about
They have to
get
finesse.
you over the hump.
They have to
get
finesse
LeBron
something.
over the hump. Nobody wants to play with LeBron.
Here's the thing: most
They
of the
barely want to be in Space Jams with him.
most of the names that you throw out there are hunting him down.
Yeah, but I mean, he
Hunting,
did,
whoa. Hunting him down for what?
he did the Draymond Green.
Whoa.
Go ahead.
Unpack that, Dave. Hunting him down for what? What has he done?
He's still the standard.
He ain't won nothing.
He's still the standard.
When the last time he won? The standard is the
2016.
champion.
He's still the standard.
We hold on to that, Dave?
Yes.
Dave, we going to have to let that go. That's just like Dallas holding on to their championship.
I don't
He's
believe
still-
nobody's hunting him.
He's still the standard.
He's not hunting. Who's hunting
He's
him
still the
down?
standard, man. He's still the standard.
Who though? Who was hunting him down?
But
Steph done whooped on him a couple times. KD
That's
done
a
whooped on him.
different situation.
no, it's not.
Okay,
Kawhi Leonard
I
didn't
get what
beat
you're
him.
saying.
Kawhi done whooped on him. Who hunting him down?
How's he
Well,
this?
well,
Who's hunting him down?
James Harden just want money and numbers. He don't care what he doing.
he doesn't count.
What we talking about?
Here's what I'm
Russell
saying.
Westbrook don't care.
Here's what I'm. Whenever
Chris Paul don't even want to play with him. That's his boat brother.
you still,
Who won't he?
here's what I'm saying. We hear, of course, we hear this era talk.
Who said
about
he's the standard?
Who's the greatest?
The media?
We hear the era talk about the
tell 'em,
greatest.
there you go.
It's Mike, is it whatever. But as far as current players, the
Steph.
conversation is it LeBron
It's Steph.
or who's next or
It's
who's
Steph.
above? That's your opinion.
U.S. No, it's not just my opinion, Dave. USA Today said it was
and
Steph.
you're right. You're also
I'm
right
going
about
to,
that.
hey,
Or Kawhi.
But when the conversation comes up, Steph is never there. When we're talking
I don't know
the
why.
general,
I don't know why.
it's always Kawhi's knocking on the door or he's past him, which I don't agree with. Giannis.
He ain't won nothing, Dave. How is he the standard? He ain't won nothing.
I didn't make the rules. I'm just going with what I read.
I think the rules can be rewritten.
They're chasing the
He
guy.
I
ain't
think
chasing what, Dave?
That's
What is
I'm
they
saying.
chasing?
I
He
think
sits on top of the mountain.
He ain't won nothing.
he ain't on
Okay.
top. He ain't on top of that mountain no more.
Dave, he
He's
ain't
not-
won nothing in 5 seasons.
He's not even in the conversation for
Yeah,
best player.
he's in a conversation for best current NBA player because that's what they're putting it up against. But like we was looking at, and when they start throwing out best of their decade, best of this, it's cats that are light years ahead of that decade, meaning they dominated it with MVPs, awards, and championships. He's in a decade that is past in a 10-year stretch where he shared those accolades with Steph Curry. He shared
Facts,
them. So at the end of the day, anybody who says he's on top of the mountain have a bias to the situation because they're not basing that on the same facts as other eras based it on. When they say 80s and they say Magic has more MVPs and more championships
than anybody.
And anybody. When you go 90s and you go Mike, bam. Then when you get to the 2000s, you look at a guy like a Timmy, a Shaq, or a Kobe, and it's based on MVPs, championships. But then when you get to this era, you're talking about a guy in Steph and him who's are mirror images, and they met each other multiple times on the biggest stage, and the light-skinned one walks away with more. That's what it's about. I know what you're saying, Dave.
No, but I got something to follow up on that. I just want to I don't not challenge it. I just want to throw it out there as a point of reference, and it's not necessarily my stance.
Okay.
But I could entertain the argument. Steph Curry, he's got the MVPs.
Yeah.
He's got the titles. What about the fact? And I won't even say it that way. I don't want to make it seem as though I'm saying he isn't. I just want to challenge how this impacts his legacy. No Finals MVP.
Finals MVPs was never looked at as this big thing until Iguodala won one. Then they started making the finals MVP as this big thing because you got a better week than somebody. It's a week. Why wasn't they calling Chauncey Billups one of the greatest when he won it? You ain't hear that garbage from Chauncey. Nobody said nothing. Why Paul Pierce didn't get the respect he deserved when he outplayed Kobe the Bean for finals MVP? Why nobody brought up how great Paul Pierce was? Why every time Paul Pierce opened his mouth and say, man, I'm better than homeboy, they scoff at him? Because that finals MVP was just some award LeBron can say, I won finals MVP when he had the MVP. Oh, the MVP ain't nothing but a popularity contest. Man, look, MVP is a week. That's it.
So
that's it.
You're
We
saying
can look
no
at numbers.
no impact?
Yeah, it has an impact.
No, I mean as far as Steph's legacy in particular.
We can look at numbers and look at Steph winning 3 championships. 2 of them is his. He outplayed the guy on his team that got it.
One for sure. I'm with you on one for sure.
So, which one is you talking about? The KD one? The second one KD got?
Yes.
Okay. He averaged 26 points a
in
game,
15?
and Iggy averaged 16.
In 15?
Not even close, man.
He
had one bad game in that whole series.
What I have to say about the finals MVP is when Dr. J finally won his in 83, and Moses got the MVP. Dr. J still overshadowed Moses.
Did he get the MVP?
Moses got the MVP.
I don't remember that. Okay.
It happens a lot, dude.
But
if you
nobody talks about Moses. We still talking about Dr. J.
If you go look at 08, the Boston Celtics in 08, Ray Allen had a better series than Paul.
Did he?
Go check it out.
Finals MVP don't mean that.
You know why? You know why he got it? You know why Paul Pierce really got it? Because he was a lifetime guy, and he shit on himself. Carried him to the back.
Clean yourself up.
He said it. He boo-boo on himself. He didn't hurt his leg. Years later, he came out and said, y'all, I shitted on myself. And they showed camera footage where you see boo-boo coming through his white shorts. He shit on himself, got carried to the back. They gave him some new shorts, gave him some new compression shorts, and he came back out. He shit on himself.
Did he wipe himself?
Somebody else probably did for him. One of them,
Would you like some flowers?
You feel me? Exactly. I'm not taking nothing away from what that award is. That award is huge.
Okay.
But why did it all of a sudden become huge now? No other NBA player in NBA history has more Finals MVPs than Michael Jordan. Not even Bill Russell, because they wasn't giving that award when he was winning his championships. Why is that award called the Bill Russell Award?
It's Bill Russell, 11 championships.
Michael Jordan has 6 Finals MVPs. Bill Russell does not.
I get it.
It's bull. It doesn't matter. If that's the case, Mike got 5 regular season MVPs, 6 Finals MVPs. Why are we even having a discussion if LeBron James is the guy and Mike got 6 of them? Why are we having? Because it only fits that person when they want to throw it in there. That's all. I did not hear Chauncey Billups named in no point guard list
and to be honest,
when he won Finals MVP.
And I'll be honest with you, when Pistons won that championship, they had to give an award to somebody. Not to say that Chauncey isn't a good player.
No, I think Chauncey deserved it.
But
I think Chauncey deserved the award. I think that 75% of the time when that award is given to somebody on the
he wasn't even in the MVP conversation.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
The year before,
they're
the
trying
year
to,
of, or the year after.
You got commentators on TV talking about, oh, maybe they should wait to get an MVP award out now after the finals. The playoffs have nothing to do with what I did for 82. Nothing.
It's regular season MVP.
So when I get that means I dominated the season for 82 games. Okay, so we get to the finals and you have a better week. That's all it is. It's not based on what you did and not based on none of that. Because if it was based on what you did in the playoffs, where was KD at in the year when they beat Houston and Chris Paul got hurt and Steph started lighting them up and KD was nowhere to be found in the fourth quarters? Where was that at? Because it's not nothing to do with the playoffs. It's a week. If the finals go long, it's 7 games. The 7 games can go for about 11 days.
11 days or so. Right.
It's a week. So now you have a better week than me. You win the award. It automatically gets you this upper echelon. Look, man, I think Kawhi Leonard is incredible. Kawhi Leonard wasn't even top 5 for MVP when he
with the Spurs
with Toronto.
Oh yeah.
with Toronto, but yet he win Finals MVP. Now oh my God, because he had a good week. Come on, man. That award it should be what it is labeled for, the finals. You had a great week. Put that on your trophy case. But if you are an Iguodala and that's the only award that you got to shine brighter than the individuals that you have,
it's almost not worth talking about. Because does he got any All-Stars?
One.
He might have had some
early
in Philly.
I think he might have
Denver.
two. He got Denver, I think, in
Philly.
one. I think he got two.
That's what. Yeah,
he got two.
That's tough. I mean, you cherish it.
Yes, it's because it's
but
big.
when we're looking at it, analyzing the body of work, it's like, Finals MVP, huh? Okay.
I think it's a great award to have, but when you look at how you got it,
One-time All-Star.
Was that in Denver or was in
probably Philly? It got to be
Philly.
When you look at that award, and then you look at what your teammate did. It's like, dude, how did you get it? And then you find out it's people just voting for it.
And like you said, Steph he might have had 1 or 2 bad games that series.
No. He only had 1 bad game in the sweep with KD.
Okay.
1. And he hit key
He
bucket.
hit the key bucket.
The
pump fake. He faked it. Yeah.
And 15, he had 1 bad game. His numbers. He had the 1 bad game when people thought that the Australian cat could D him up. And then he sent him to the hospital to die. He dominated.
We about to have a team meeting. Where's Deli at?
In the hospital, getting pumped full of fluid.
Emergency.
Cleveland Clinic.
He's at.
We trying to save his life.
He ain't never been the same after that.
Never. He Clyde Drexler.
I was just about to say that.
He Clyde Drexler him. I'm about to give you what you're looking for because you got these people believing you can do something with me. I'm about to light your life up.
Because, let me tell you something. The media can say whatever they want to say.
Yes.
If I'm Deladova, as soon as they start talking like that, I say, no way.
Calm down.
That guy is great. He had a bad night.
That's it. But at the
I'll
end
take
of the
credit
day,
for the win.
If they make that award huge or try to add more validity to it, fine. But do it all the time. I didn't hear Dirk was the best player in the NBA when he beat Kobe, KD, Tim Duncan, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Bosh. That following week after he won MVP, I didn't hear Dirk Nowitzki's the greatest. I didn't hear that. His thing didn't skyrocket above. So why, when you give it to certain guys, it's skyrocket? No, because you're trying to control the narrative. You're making that bigger than what it is. It's the Finals MVP. You happen to be the best player on a team that won a championship. So now you want to look at the most contributing factor. Like they gave it to Iguodala, and he was supposed to do this so-called great thing on LeBron James. Yeah, LeBron James' field goal percentage was horrible. He still averaged 36 points.
Man, what?
And he received Finals MVP votes.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do? You averaged 16. He averaged 20 more points than you. You D'd him up. Come on, man. Come on. Your 16 points could have came from anybody. 26 points couldn't have. So, they put too much emphasis on that award for certain guys, not for everybody. If you did it for everybody, it would make sense. Chauncey didn't receive all these blessings. Iguodala didn't receive all these blessings. When Kawhi won his first one in the Spurs, he was averaging 12 points that season.
Yeah. And only averaged, it didn't average that many.
18.
Yeah, it wasn't sweet.
It
was good.
But it wasn't sweet.
It wasn't sweet.
So, when you give it to one person, when you give it to this guy, he won it. No, let's do all he wanted from all of them. And let's keep it pushing. What else do we got to back it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, Shaq, 3 Finals MVPs, his numbers are bananas, and you'll mention Iguodala with that?
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same.
No,
we're playing 2 different games.
2 different games.
2 different games.
Them numbers don't even look the same. You won Finals MVP averaging 16 a game. I don't know how that happened. Who did y'all play? They had some injuries over there.
Yeah.
What was the superstar doing? That's the guy you was supposed to be checking. He was 36. Oh, okay.
Good job.
I don't know how they did that.
It's a good job.
I don't get it. It's one of them things that don't make no sense, man. It's crazy to me. And we grew up in an era where visual stuff, you take any finals at any given time, some play sticks out in that finals. It might be multiple plays that a guy pulled. It might be multiple things that he did that's iconic. Iggy had no iconic plays in the NBA Finals. Iggy's most iconic play is getting blocked. What's the iconic play? You got to have something to stick out to make people look at you and say, yeah, okay. He don't have none of that. And I'm not knocking Iggy because he was a contributor to a 5-year span of basketball for a team that was exceptional, fun to watch. You knew they was coming to play. But I don't know who was voting for these awards. I don't know what they based it on. I don't see it.
It'd be interesting to see who actually gets the votes. Cause
I know Jeff Van Gundy.
I think the guys doing somebody on the
Jeff Van Gundy in the game 4, Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
Game had like 5-6 minutes left. He already said his vote is going for KD. He had one. KD had that 40-point game.
Mm-hmm.
Game 3. That was an unbelievable game.
Unbelievable game. Steph came back the next game and broke the 3-point record and had 38 points. Steph the first 2 games was unguardable. The first game in that series, the narrative was KD was scared of LeBron because he hit 51 on him. And he didn't want to check him. Then he won MVP.
Moving parts, moving plates. Check this out, Ryan. I know you got something for us over here.
Nah, we'll wait.
You gonna hold it?
Yeah, we're going to hold on to it.
You don't want to do it this week?
No.
All right. Well,
Probably was some bull crap. He probably realized it was a power forward.
No, it was point guard.
It was point guard.
2 point guards. Yeah.
2 point. I would hope. I wasn't a point guard in the center. I mix it up. But I mean, over and underrated guys. It's all opinion based. It's what you would want the guys to be. I don't like beating up Draymond Green. I honestly don't. But I feel I have to do it more often because Ryan always won't let me live what I said now 3 years ago.
On that note, I got one more thing. He was another guy. This is a guy that we've talked about quite a bit on this show.
Okay.
And it's hard to say that he's underrated, but I feel like he doesn't get, in a lot of circles, he doesn't get the respect.
So hold up. I wanted to jump in. So y'all didn't want to bash nobody this week?
No, I didn't really go over it.
Y'all playing the nice guys
this week. I was feeling
nice guys
this week. Nice this week.
Okay.
Feeling nice.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But this guy, his numbers are phenomenal. He's come up in multiple conversations here. He's probably one of the best players of his decade, of his era.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of the best of all time, based on what he's done. But I saw an interesting quote this week, and I think I sent it to you guys, but I just wanted to bring it up here before we close out the show. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I find this fascinating.
Okay.
It says, Dominique Wilkins said the first time he played against Larry Bird, Larry wouldn't shake his hand. He then said the first words Larry ever spoke to him
you don't belong in this league, Holmes.
when Larry took his first shot against him. He said, I quote, "You don't even belong in this league, Holmes."
Love Larry Bird, man.
Is he serious?
I'm gonna tell you why I love it so much. Larry Bird didn't care if you was the 12th guy on the bench or the best player on the other team. He felt you didn't belong on the court with him. If you're gonna trash talk the bum, you gotta trash talk.
I like that.
That's what I got out of it. But Dominique was like, okay, and every time we saw each other, it was a battle.
And if you remember when we talked about underrated seasons and stuff, I didn't remember that series being as close as it was with Atlanta and them actually being up there.
Atlanta was up and coming.
And they were up 3-2 against the great Celtics.
Man,
and lost both of those games by a total of 4 points, if I remember correct.
Yeah, yep.
That could have changed the whole narrative of the NBA if they get to the finals or whatever. That's crazy, man. Just 1 or 2 possessions makes a whole career. Because we talk about Dominique in a different light if he gets NBA championship.
I love basketball players who talk the same crap and do the same thing to everybody across from them. Don't just abuse the guy you're supposed to abuse. Abuse everybody. Mm-hmm. Treat everybody the same. You ain't nothing. I'm going to show you you ain't nothing, and that's what you got to do. You have to do everybody dirty. That is what separates the guy that can turn it on and off or the guy that can do... Dude, treat everybody the same. I don't care who you is. I don't care what you think going on. I'm about to give it to you. And for Larry Bird to say that to somebody who is, if we looked at, when we did the small forwards, it was Larry 1 and Dominique 2, right?
Right there in there.
But Dominique had to develop into that.
But I'm saying, but still. But Dominique wasn't. Dominique
You
didn't.
talking in what era?
In the 80s.
Dominique wasn't better than Alex in the 80s.
I'm an Alex fan.
He wasn't better than Alex in the 80s.
I'm an Alex fan. That is my guy.
He wasn't better than Alex in the 80s.
Dominique Wilkins.
He's got more total points than Dominique Wilkins in the 80s.
Dominique Wilkins, that's just one side of the ball. Dominique Wilkins carried a team by himself.
I'm not taking Dominique Wilkins over Alex English.
I am. And I'm an Alex guy.
I might have to go with the highlight.
I'm going. And
wow.
I will put Alex 3. But you're a guy who once just said, see how you do? See how you do? Do you see how you do?
And he almost beat the Celtics single-handedly.
Dave,
There's
do you
nobody
see
on that
how
roster.
he do? He just said, nobody on God's green earth is taking Alex English over James Worthy. No, that's what he said. I can do the voice. Nobody on God's green earth is taking Alex English over James Worthy.
Let me do you.
Do me.
That's not true. Because I'm on this earth.
And I'm taking him. So what I'm trying to tell you, Ryan, what are you doing? Listen, man, I'm not here to split hairs. If you want to put Alex 2 and Dominique 3, go ahead. It's not
both unstoppable.
All great.
both unstoppable.
All three.
But you're saying, but for him to come and say that to that guy, maybe that was his form just to get you out your hookup.
And I was gonna say he testing it.
He testing. I'm gonna see what you at. No, he said, but see, it's one of them things. But see, here's the thing. Where I think Dominique might have messed up. He went to shake his hand.
Also, probably
That's the part of that story. He went to shake his hand. Don't
I'll let you
shake
know.
your hand. I'll have you later.
Maybe.
But when you come, that's instantly weakness.
Maybe he might have been testing
KG
it.
used to do it.
He might have been testing it.
KG said, Amari Stoudemire said KG was his guy. First game they played, he walked up to KG to shake KG, and KG smacked his, don't touch me, motherfucker. Right there showing, oh, you a fan.
Yeah, I got something.
Oh, Joakim Noah did it. First time Joakim Noah played, KG went to, oh, I got you already, because I know what you want. You want autographs too, don't you?
I see. I get you.
You feel what I'm saying? That right there is an instant problem.
Yeah.
And they know, oh, I got a little advantage over him.
dig it.
He's a fan.
I can dig it.
I'm about to do him before we know it. He's done already. You got to shake my hand at the end of the game. And at the end of the game, it's different. Before the game, and that's probably what it was. He go to shake his hand. Oh, you don't even belong in this league, Holmes, because you already want to be somebody's friend. That conversation right there might have made Dominique who he is.
It's possible.
That right there might have did it. He might be.
He
That
was
might be a
monster.
It might be a thank you. That might be a thank you, dude. And that's one of the things. And that's the thing. They think they see these guys, the Magic Johnsons, the Isaiah Thomases, the Smile, you know what I'm saying? Them guys was cutthroats. That was a persona for the fans. Once the ball went up in the air, it was different. That is what separates a lot of the players now.
In summer league.
Yes, man, it's gotta be
summertime.
That is a form of, hey, when this ball goes up in the air, that friend stuff that's out the window. It's time to play. These other cats come on to be friends and see and something else. Get off subject a little bit, but when Isaiah Thomas was mad at Magic because he wouldn't let him work out or rehab,
rehab the ankle.
What do you think this is? You think I can go? You think I can go to Pat Riley? Hey, Pat.
You want to use our facility?
Isaiah said he hurt his ankle last game, and he wanted to know if he can come
Isaiah wasn't worth nothing.
He wanted to know if he can go get on the bike.
He wasn't worth
nothing.
You
can go down to the hotel. You know they got that bike in there.
Hey, Magic. Next time you come here and ask me and the coach about Isaiah, you can go play with him. Oh, Coach, I'm going to ask you more questions about him. Let's go. Let's win this championship.
Hey, but this is the same Isaiah that told Jermaine O'Neal, don't be giving Darius Miles no. You know what it is,
You
bro.
know what it is. How you going to hold a grudge to this man because he told you that?
You coming in the Laker facility with your Pistons hoodie on
and think
to rehab?
And think they're going to I didn't have a problem with Steph Curry thinking he had the gym and Chris Paul saying, no, I got the gym today, dog. You ain't getting no extra shots up. And Steph was like, okay, I got you. And made him pay for it later.
I'll see you later.
But that's the thing. I don't have a problem with what Chris Paul did. And I ain't got a problem with Steph saying, push me off the court now. You know what I mean? That situation. It's basketball, man. Anybody trying to gain that edge. If I can talk you out your game, if I can get you to think we friends, whatever you want to think. When it's all said and done, you lost, I won. Your fault. You fell for it. Fool me once. Fool me. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do, man? So, but I think that was just who Larry Bird was. When you stick your head in the locker room and say, "Hey, which one of y'all coming in second?"
It's disrespectful.
Like, who are you talking to?
This dude with the bushy mustache.
You know what I'm saying? Which one of y'all coming in second? When Michael Jordan walk in somebody's locker room and say, "Hey, which one of y'all checking me?" Pull up in his Porsche in front of the Wizards bus. "Hey, who checking me tonight?" And his team threw Calbert Chaney under the bus. Chris Webber, rest of them clap. "Hey, Calbert, he talking to you." If I was Calbert Chaney, I'd have smacked everybody in the face. Why is y'all talking to him? Y'all was supposed to tell Michael Jordan to go about your business, dog.
Calbert Chaney.
Don't worry about who checking.
He couldn't check himself.
Thank you. You feel what I'm saying? Calbert Chaney like, "Man, what is y'all doing? Y'all throwing me under the bus." They should have said all of us checking you. Mike, every time you come to the hole, we knock you on your back. That's what Chris Webber should have said. No. "Hey, Calbert, he talking to you." That's one of the reasons I don't like y'all boy Chris Webber. He a clown.
Here you go.
He a clown, man. Threw his player under the bus, man. That's the type of dude he is.
Well,
We know what he is, man. He was looking for timeout.
He's a change, man. He's working.
Sure he is.
He's working on himself. He's more loyal to his friends now.
Yeah, them the ones who signed the check, who Reggie Miller them. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, y'all. We appreciate you for tuning in. This is RDR Talking Numbers. Do me a favor. Make sure, if you're watching this on YouTube, right below here, hit the subscribe button. You'll get notified when there's new content. If you're listening to this podcast on whatever platform that you use, make sure you subscribe. So, again, you get the notifications on content. Make sure you're following us both places. Follow us on Instagram at, I always forget what it is. I got to look at it. All them underscores and stuff.
Oh, right, yeah.
It is RDRTalking _podcast on Instagram. Contact us there. Comment under the YouTube videos. Follow us on Facebook. All of those wonderful things. We look forward to seeing you soon. More quality content coming to you each and every week. As always, RDR Talking Numbers. Live well, laugh often, love much. Talk to you soon. Peace.